Yeah, 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 yeah. Say, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. God damn it, yeah! Huh? We back in the goddamn, we back in the quasars, huh? Huh? We back in the quasars, baby. We in the galaxies, baby, huh? We where we at? Hoo, 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 hoo. And where we at? Guess what? Damn, it feels so good to be back with no slack. And we gonna get back on track. Cosmic Mind UV is what? What is it? Tell me what it is. Because you already know the answer. This is a open book test. You know the answer. You know the is what? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? It's where you need to be, ain't it, man? God damn, it's where you need to be. Okay. Rhythm versus hustle. Rhythm versus hustle. I know they're gonna tell you to get on your grind. Huh? They gonna goddamn tell you to get on your grind to shine, ain't it, man? You know, but I told you, grind means to wear yourself down, to wear yourself out, Alright? So, yeah. They say get it out the mud and all that other stuff, man. We gonna talk about this unseen stuff that will correspond and coagulate properly with your grind or your hustle or your getting it out the mud or the dirt or the whatever. Alright? Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay. Here's an overview of rhythm versus hustle. A spiritual, mental, and lifestyle reflection often felt deeply in awakened and creative souls. Alright, y'all ready? Y'all ready to let the overstanding, the over understanding take control. Alright, here we go. Let me go and get a sip of cup of coffee. So we don't go belly up. Ain't it, man? Let's get it. Here we go. Rhythm versus hustle overview. The essence of it. We're gonna start off with the essence. Rhythm. No. Let's start off with hustle first. Let's do hustle first. Is forced motion. It's driven by pressure, survival, and societal standards that glorify exhaustion over alignment. Alright? Rhythm is divine flow. It's the natural pulse of your being. God damn. That's gonna increase your goddamn seeing, ain't it, man? Huh? It's what? It's the pulse. It's the natural pulse. Can't forget that word, natural. Pulse of your being, guided by intuition, alignment, and purpose. It's how the universe breathes. It's how the universe breathes through you. Oh man. Energy vibration for the near shot, right? Soul energy aspect, soul energy, rhythm. Spirit-led, intuitive, harmonious. Hustle, ego-led, competitive, relentless. Flow, circular, balanced, sustainable. Hustle, linear, rushed, draining. Time perception, divine timing, Trust in the process or process, etc. So when people say trust the process, see, they talking about something that's unseen in the rhythm, right? Here we go. Hustle, scarcity mindset, quote, no time to rest or reset or recharge, end quote, right? Outcome, rhythm, fulfillment, abundance, peace. Hustle, burnout, depletion, temporary gain. You're going to gain something temporarily, all right? Here we go. Spiritual and emotional dimensions. Hold on, whoa. I forgot to mention my what? My co-host what? Empress start doing what? Taking you far. No matter where you are, huh? She gonna be coming through here. She gonna appear. She gonna slide through and make it do what it do, huh? Alright. Let's go. Let's keep going. Spiritual and emotional dimension. Rhythm. Honors the seat. No. Let's do hustle. Hustle often silences that linear voice, replacing intuition with overthinking and anxiety. It teaches you to do more instead of be more. Whoa! Love it. I love every second of that right there. Rhythm honors the season of life. Rhythm honors the season of life. Rest or recharge, creation, reflection, and rebirth. That's what I was telling you. You have a rebirth every day, my baby bubble. Huh? Every day is your birthday, baby. Huh? Every day is your rebirth, baby. Come on with it. It allows you to stay in sacred connection with your inner knowing. Oh man. In the body. Let's go to the avatar, the physical avatar. Living in rhythm supports nervous system balance, womb/heart coherence, and creative vitality. In hustle, triggers fight or flight. Fatigue and emotional disconnection. Okay, let's go to cultural healing context for melanated beings. Hustle is colonial programming. Hustle, getting it out the mud, getting it out the dirt, getting it out the slums, getting it out the sewer, getting it out to wherever, right? Is colonial programming, ain't it? Productivity over presence. Grind over grace. Reclaiming rhythm is returning to your original frequency. Huh? All right. Alright. It says rhythm is ancestral. It's how our people moved through drum, dance, and divine timing and alignment, etc. Integration. How do we integrate this stuff, Cozmik? I be always hearing you talk about this stuff. You hear me? All of this stuff, ain't it, man? Let me get that cup. Look at it. Check it out. It says to move from hustle to rhythm. Pause daily. Breathe and reconnect to your body's tempo. Alright? Listen more than you plan. Alright? Align your actions with your purpose, not pressure. Alright? Honor your natural cycles, moon, body, creativity, etc. Celebrate slowness as sacred, not lazy. Celebrate slowness as sacred, not lazy. Sacred conclusion. Hustle drains the soul. Rhythm sustains it. End quote. Hustle drains the soul. Rhythm sustains it. When you live in rhythm, you co-create with the universe. When you live in rhythm, you co-create with the universe. No chasing, no forcing, only flowing. All right. How do both play in the regular daily lives, etc.? Rhythm and hustle do play roles in our daily lives, even if we're aiming to live more rhythmically. Here's how. How rhythm and hustle both show up in daily life. The rising energy in the rising. Most people say that N-word. Hustle, you rise up and you immediately check your phone, rush to quote unquote get things done, and measure your worth by productivity. Balance. Some days require the drive of hustle to meet deadlines. However, grounding yourself first keeps the energy aligned. Rhythm. You rise with intention, stretching, breathing, meditating before stepping into the world. You listen to your body's natural pace. Work and purpose. Hustle. You push through fatigue, skip meals or breaks, and let your worth depend on output. Balance. Hustle can serve as sacred fire, motivation to build your vision. However, it must be guided by rhythm to stay sustainable. Rhythm. You work from alignment, focusing when your energy is high, resting or recharging when your body calls. You honor quality over quantity. All right. Relationships and communication. Hustle. You multitask through conversations, rush through emotional moments, or forget to check in with your loved ones. Balance. Use rhythm to slow down and truly feel your connections, even in busy seasons or productive seasons. Howdy. Rhythm. You move with empathy, patience, and presence. You listen deeply and connect authentically, creatively, and expression. Rhythm. Well, hustle. You create under pressure, comparing yourself to others or trying to meet constant demand. Balance. Hustle can help structure your creativity. However, rhythm gives it spirit. Rhythm. Inspiration flows naturally. Your art, ideas, and voice emerge from your soul's timing. Right. Rest and recharging. That's why I call it recharging. I call it rest. But yeah. Okay, here we go. Hustle. You feel guilty for pausing, as if rest equals failure. Balance. True mastery is knowing, not believing. Knowing when to move and when to be the fuck still. Pain in my hand. Rhythm. You honor your body's need for recharge or rest, retreat, and reset. You understand that stillness is sacred. In truth, Both exist for a reason. Hustle can build discipline, structure, and strength. Rhythm keeps you in divine flow, peace, and alignment. The key is to let hustle serve rhythm, not replace it. Let hustle serve rhythm, not replace it. When you hustle, when hustle burns too hot, rhythm cools and centers it. When rhythm drifts too softly, hustle adds direction and power. Sacred reflection. Hustle builds the world around you. Rhythm builds the world within you. Hustle builds the world around you. Rhythm builds the world within you. Together they manifest your highest vision. Oh man. How do they play a role in diet? Oh man. Rhythm and hustle versus hustle doesn't just show up in how we move, work, or recharge. It also flows directly into how we eat, digest, and nourish our bodies, temple, avatars, and spirit, etc. Right? Here's how rhythm and hustle work with diet. The approach to eating. Hustle, you eat reactively. Hustle, you eat reactively, on the go, rushed, distracted, or as a reward for productivity. Food becomes fuel, not communion. You reach for convenience over consciousness. Rhythm, you eat intuitively, in tune with your body's natural hunger and fullness cues. Meals are ritual, sacred time and space to nourish and connect. You choose foods that vibrate with life force, fresh, alive, seasonal, and colorful. Alright. Alright, the types of foods chosen. Energy, food patterns, hustle, rhythm, whole living foods, herbal infusions, teas, balanced meals prepared with presence, righteous or divine presence. Example, fresh fruits, greens, grounding grains, conscious hydration. Hustle, processed foods. Hustle, processed, fast, high sugar, or stimulant heavy foods that keep you quote unquote going. Coffee, example, coffee overload, snacks, takeout, skip meals, late night cravings. In rhythm, food feeds energy or energy. In hustle, food patches exhaustion. In hustle, food patches exhaustion. God damn, it's so much jam. Digestion and energy flow. Hustle, stress eats away at digestion. Even quote unquote healthy food won't nourish deeply if consumed in chaos. Even quote unquote healthy food won't nourish deeply if consumed in chaos. The body is in fight or flight, not rest and digest. Oh man, rhythm, rhythm. The body digests calmly because the nervous system is at peace. Meals eaten slowly with gratitude actually absorb nutrients better. Alright, so we gotta stop that rushing to eat. I tell my starseeds all the time, man, enjoy your food, savor the flavor, man. Alright, hold on, small commercial break. Alright, here we go. cultural and spiritual layer for melanin beings. Hustle reflects colonized eating habits. Hustle reflects colonized eating habits. Fast, industrialized, and disconnected from earth or spirit. Returning to rhythmic eating is an act of cultural remembrance. Rhythm connects us to ancestral eating, slower cooking, herbs, roots, stems, and communal meals. It honors the drumbeat of our lineage. Alright, them, they, those, etc. Balance in balance in modern life. Sometimes you'll need a bit of both. A little hustle energy helps with discipline, meal prep, commitment to detox, diet, or consistent routines, etc. However, rhythm or rhythmic energy or energy ensures you're eating with gratitude, not guilt. Signs you're eating in rhythm, alright? Well, signs, let's do hustle first. Signs you're eating in hustle. You skip meals or eat too fast. You skip meals or eat too fast, alright? And for those that know, you know, that 3 meals a day thing, you know what I'm saying? You should know by now, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to have 3 meals a day. So, but yeah, you know, wherever you are, you know what I mean? It just depends on when you break your fast. A lot of people look at fasting as like this fascinating thing or like a hard thing to do. And everybody has the capability to fast when you recharge or moments of not eating overall for a duration of time and space. That's fasting. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call it break fast. You know what I'm saying? Breaking the fast. You eat emotionally. Signs you're eating in hustle. You eat emotionally or out of stress. Alright? You depend on caffeine or sugar to function. You feel bloated, tired, or guilty after eating. That's why I say, man, you know, Empress she's coming up with a lot of her cuisines and things of that nature. That's why I call it guilt-free eating, baby. Yeah, man. Signs you're eating in rhythm. You feel satisfied, not stuffed. You crave clean, colorful foods. You restore, etc. your food before eating, or detox, or restore it, or you put your affirmations on it, etc. You listen to your womb, gut, and intuition. Your energy or inner chi feels balanced, not spiked or crashed. Alright. Sacred conclusion. Quote, your plate reflects your pace. Your plate reflects your pace. That's a beautiful one right there. When you eat in rhythm, you digest in peace. When you eat in hustle, you digest pressure. When you eat in rhythm, you digest peace. When you eat and hustle, you digest pressure. Alright, let's go. What we got next? How does this apply to economics, whatever, and jobs? Alright, let's go. Where rhythm and hustle meets how we earn, create, and circulate energy or energy, money, currency, etc. Whatever. That's why they call it currency, Okay, yeah. That's why we got to circulate the currency amongst each other in order for the currency to do what? To build, strengthen itself, Alright, because economics and jobs are not just about money. They're about energy or energy exchange, ain't it, man? Time and space value and purpose alignment. That's why I be saying you don't just need a job. No. You need a job or a gig, or first of all, you need to tap into your own natural abilities. So you don't need a job per se. we need to get level up into elevating our abilities, and that'll create job opportunities. You hear me? Elevating our natural abilities in rhythm and harmony, and put a little sprinkle, a little hustle in there to get to it. You feel me? To build the infrastructure. You hear me? And let's get to it. Rhythm versus hustle in economics, economics, and jobs. Core intention. Let's get this up. Let's get this up from the copper cup, man. Core intention. Here we go. Hustle. You chase opportunity out of pressure or fear. Quote, I have to get this bag now. End quote. It's driven by survival, competition, and scarcity. Money or currency flows as a mirror of your anxiety and urgency. Rhythm. You work in alignment with your calling, skills, and higher purpose. Your income becomes a reflection of your inner vibration. You attract opportunities through flow, not force. Money flows, or currency, etc., flows as a mirror of your peace and purpose. That's the difference. Relationship to time and space. Aspect rhythm. Work rhythm. Work rhythm. What's going on, Herb? Hey, Herb, what's going on, mama? No doubt, motherfucking doubt herbalists on the rise. Let's get it. Okay, rhythm. Work rhythm. You move with divine timing and space, honoring your energy or energy peaks and rest periods or recharge periods. All right. Hustle. You grind nonstop. You grind nonstop, equating busyness with worth. All right. Wealth. Rhythm. Slow, steady, sustainable growth. Hustle. Quick bursts, burnout, inconsistent returns. Fulfillment. Rhythm. Deep satisfaction from purpose-filled work. Deep satisfaction from purpose-filled work. So that's why a lot of people feel empty on these 9 to 5 and these gigs and shit, man. They feel empty inside and shit, and drained and burned out and all that other shit. Hustle. Monetary satisfaction from material wins. Energy exchange at work. Hustle. You trade your time. You trade your time and space, skills, intellectual property, all that shit for money, even when it drains you. Work feels heavy because the energy or energy exchange isn't balanced. Ain't it, man? Rhythm. You seek jobs and or build businesses that feed your spirit, not just your pockets. You seek jobs and or build businesses or creative ideas, inventions, etc. that feed your spirit, not just your pockets. Ain't it, man? You understand value in impact and community. You attract abundance through authenticity. Ain't it, man? God damn. Woo. In rhythm, money flows through love. In hustle, money flows through labor. In rhythm, money flows through love. In hustle, money flows through labor. Economic system reflection. Hustle culture is born from capitalism, productivity over wellness, exploitation over empowerment. See, a lot of people don't look at how to see. I know, yeah, we look at the diet, we look at the relationships with, but what about the relationships with that job, baby? Huh? What about that relationship with that mother 9 to 5, baby? Huh? What about that? What about that? Huh? Ain't it, man? All right, here we go. Okay, rhythmic. Let me see. Rhythmic economy or economy aligns more with ancestral and communal based systems. Reciprocity, barter, and shared prosperity. Our ancestors didn't quote unquote hustle, end quote. They circulated energy, farming, trading, teaching, creating in rhythm with the seasons and spirit, ain't it, man? Modern balance. We still live in a world that wars hustle. However, it's sacred to reclaim rhythm within it. We still live in a world that, or dimension, whatever, that wars hustle, right? However, it's sacred to reclaim rhythm within it, ain't it, man? Hustle gives momentum. It gets projects moving, right? Rhythm gives sustainability. It keeps them alive, ain't it? The balance. Even any of your celebrities, millionaires, your financial gurus, all of them eventually tell you that once they overstand, you hear me? They gotta have some of them days off, man. You know, I came from that hustle culture, no days off and all that type of shit. You hear me? Alright, here we go. The balance. Rhythm feels. Okay, hustle builds the structure. Rhythm fills it with soul. Signs your rhythmic economics, or signs you're in signs you're in hustle economics first. You're constantly busy, however not progressing spiritually. You feel exhausted, undervalued, or uninspired. You measure success only by money or status. You fear rest or recharge will make you quote unquote fall behind, end quote. Alright? That's from the hustle economics. Now, signs you're in rhythmic economics or economics. You feel peace around money, not panic. You invest time or space in growth, not just grind. You attract aligned opportunities, not forced ones. You attract aligned opportunities, not forced ones. So that's why when you align with someone, it has to be a mutual. That's why I say it has to be mutual, even in relationships of any kind, intimate, business, dating, whatever. It has to be a mutual effort, mutual thing, mutual all that. Because if it's not, then it's what? It's not rhythmic. You feel me? Those you forcing it. You overcompensate. You burning yourself out. You hear me? So that's why a lot of times, I was single for a minute because, nah, man, I'm not. Look, again, when you gotta chase something, that means it's not attracted to you, huh? It's not in alignment with you, ain't it, man? Okay, you aligned. You attract aligned opportunities, not forced ones. You work. Your work uplifts others, not just yourself. You see abundance as a flow, not a chase. You see abundance as a flow, not a chase. Sign. Okay, we did that one. Sacred conclusion. Hustle chases the bag. Rhythm attracts the flow. You hear that? Hustle chases the bag. Rhythm attracts the flow. True wealth is not speed. It's stability in spirit. Wealth is not speed. It's sustainability in spirit. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna take me a small break, and Empress Star gonna slide through, and she gonna take you far no matter where you are, man. Let's go ahead and switch it up a little bit. Let's switch up the pace so we can hopefully it got as well. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. As I was saying, y'all, I'm gonna take a break, and the next voice you hear is Empress Star taking you far no matter where you are. Add a little bit of reboot real quick. Add the reboot. So, all right, man, we're gonna get to it. Here come Empress Star. Let's take a little small break.
All right. Part 2. You know what to do. It's Empress Star here to take you far no matter where you are. We're talking about rhythm and hustle, how to hustle and how to flow, how to get in the rhythm, just how to, set aside what's hustle and figure out what your flow is, what your rhythm is. All right. So now we're going to talk about how hustle and flow applies to dating and relationships. Rhythm and hustle in dating and relationships, the foundation of intention or intention. With rhythm, you move with intentional energy. You allow connections to unfold naturally, guided by intuition and divine timing. You trust alignment, not pressure, to reveal what's real. It's for me and it flows to me. So you just don't put so much pressure, so much stress on the relationship because it should just flow naturally. But when you're in a hustle mindset, you chase love or validation. You try to make something happen fast, proving or performing or overgiving. If I don't push, I might lose it. So basically, rhythm attracts and hustle pursues. So um, for women, it's okay to pursue. It is. Don't get me wrong. But when you're overgiving in a relationship, especially in the beginning of a relationship, the hustle of that relationships, it usually turns into a burden. So we have to find the rhythm and balance in the relationships. So it won't be like another job or something. It'll be something that we are actually putting intention into, and not just overgiving or trying to prove yourself or trying to outperform for this person that might just be mediocre at best. So it's better to get into that rhythm of first loving yourself, because if you love yourself, if you're validated within yourself, then you won't feel like you have to prove yourself, because you'll be on a frequency where that energy is going to be matched. So you won't have to hustle for a relationship. It's just going to flow to you naturally. The vibration of connection, the aspect, energy source with rhythm is calm, magnetic, and intuitive. But your energy source, when you're in hustle mode, is usually anxious. You're in performative mode nonstop, and you're really impatient because you feel like you just, excuse me, you feel like you have to go, 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 hustle hard, hustle, hustle. I got to get it done. I got to get it done. But when you're in rhythm, you're calm, you're magnetic, you're intuitive. The right people, places, and things just seem to fall into place for you. Um, yeah, just you have to find a place within yourself. You have to ground yourself so you can find the rhythm and the balance. Now we're going to talk about the aspect of communication when it comes to rhythm. You're heart centered. You're usually transparent and mindful. It's easier to communicate when you've got a rhythm going, when you're in a rhythm place, versus the hustle mode where you're reactive, you feel rushed and attention driven. So it's like you just push, 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 pushing. A lot of times we push so much, we push the people, places, and things out of our way because we're in such hustle mode. We have blinders on, and we get blinded. Our intuition is usually not as strong because we're focused so much mentally on the physical instead of the intuitive going within to find that center. The aspect of timing when it comes to rhythm, you have a divine pace. You you flow together to get to know each other. But in hustle mode, it's forced momentum. It's like, what are we? It's the what are we energy. And we're talking about the vibration of the connection when it comes to relationships, with rhythm versus the hustle. And when it comes to the bond, the aspect of the bond is built through presence and purpose. But with hustle, it's built through routine and repetition. The emotional expression of rhythm, you express feelings with grace and timing when it feels sacred and safe. You understand that vulnerability unfolds in layers. With hustle, though, you overshare too soon, you rush intimacy, or attach quickly because you fear loss or rejection. So in rhythm, love deepens, but in hustle, love speeds, then burns out. How often does that happen, though? You start building this new relationship and put everything out there on the table, then it's really high, 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 high wave. You reach the top of the roller coaster and then it just drops down. It just burns out. Is no more. Um, Instead of getting in a rhythm, learning the person, building and growing with the person. The physical and spiritual aspect, or the physical and spiritual energy when it comes to rhythm. The body is honored as a vessel of connection. You move slowly, intentionally, whether it's touch, sex, or affection, letting energy merge with care. But with the hustle, intimacy is often used to fill emptiness or prove connection. It's physical before it's spiritual. Let me grab a drink of water. Hold on 1 second. All right. I'm back. Like I was saying, with the hustle, the intimacy in the relationship is often used just to fill the emptiness or prove connection. It's physical before it's spiritual. So there's no real connection. And don't get me wrong. Sometimes uh, rushed intimacy can lead to full connections. It just depends on the energy and the effort with both parties. Um, so in rhythm, love is a sacred ceremony. In hustle, love becomes transaction. So you do this for me, I do this for you. Yeah, no, I'll pass. Relationship builder. With rhythm, partnership grows through shared purpose. I do.
Well, I'm just saying.
All right. With rhythm, partnerships grows through shared purpose, peace, and progression. You move in sync like instruments, each with your own beat, yet harmonized. But with hustle, the relationship feels like a checklist. Goals, expectations, or social validation. It's built more on performance than presence. So rhythm creates connection while hustle creates codependency. And we see that a lot. A lot of people in relationships, they might not even know or understand that they're in a codependent relationship because of the way that the relationship was built. It was built through the hustle mode instead of hustle slash survival mode versus just getting in the rhythm and really learning each other and growing with each other and, working with each other. Best qualities instead of just jumping into the bed and not getting to know each other and just trying to make something work. It's like throwing rocks at a glass house and hoping that you don't hit a window. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So basically, it's time to start getting in rhythm. First, you need to get in sync with yourself. Once you get in sync and in rhythm with yourself, then you'll get on a frequency where um, your relationship will start to balance out.
How do y'all track right then? Some of y'all just missing
That comes with
they
balance.
come they aligning.
Right, and it also comes with balance. So once you get on that rhythm of balance, most times, if you're in tune with that, you'll be in sync with your intuition, and your intuition will let you see, so you don't miss. Even if you are still going through a process of weeding out things in your mind, you won't miss what the universe, what source has sent for you to help you expedite, to help you get the job done, whatever job that is. Hmm. So now we're going to talk about healing and conflict. With rhythm, you pause, you breathe, and then you communicate to overstand, not to win. Yes, like I said, when you're in rhythm, dealing with conflict and healing, you pause, you breathe, you reflect, and you communicate to overstand instead of just rushing in um, and hastily enraged not thinking straight. That's not a balanced way to try to communicate, because when you filter things through an angry mind, is no way you can put it, is going to always be a negative. You always going to get the negative energy from it, even if the person can be saying the best things to you. So you need to take a moment, breathe, and then communicate to understand, not just to win. You know that every disagreement holds a divine mirror. So we have to look in the mirror. But when, yeah, I know. I know. You're right. You're right. Okay. All right. So healing and conflict, when you're in hustle mode, you argue from ego, you rush to fix or flee. Conflict feels like a threat, not opportunity to build and grow in a relationship. Yeah. So, and I also feel like there always is going to be a level of conflict in a relationship, because one, we're we're not perfect. Two, we are all divine beings. So we all have our difference of opinion. You're not going to always get along. There's always going to be some level of conflict. You just have to be able to learn how to communicate and learn to agree to disagree sometimes. But usually, it's always a way to fix the conflict. Somebody has to recede sometimes. Learn to. Yeah, that's true. And a lot of times, you know what? That is definitely true, because in a lot of times when conflict comes in the relationship, it's not settled per se. Sometimes one person just concede. They just like, all right, like you say, agree to disagree.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow, you know what I mean?
You're messing up the energy.
You ain't wash the dish after you know whatever. You ain't put the toilet stool seat down. Yeah. That's up. You up.
Yeah.
All types of
little small foxes that are unnecessary, right? That's true. Yeah. It's all about that merge. So that's the hardest part in a relationship, the merge. Because, like you just said, when you're so used to being single, doing things your way, yeah.
It could be any little crap, you hear me?
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
What you call that? Toilet paper
on the sweat.
You hear me? What up? It could be literally anything.
Absolutely. Hey, but once you get to that divine oneness, it's nothing like it. It's just a rigmarole of getting there. Mm, yeah, absolutely.
My bad,
No, that's absolutely great. Ancestral and cultural layer for melanated love. With rhythm, it reflects how our ancestors courted, which was slow, sacred, and guided by intuition, ritual, family, and spirit. Not just wham bam, thank you, ma'am. With the hustle, it reflects colonial and modern trauma, rush love, survival based unions, what we call trauma bonding, or emotional disconnection from true partnership. So let's just basically surface level. I'm with him or her because of the way they look or what they can do for me monetarily or, you know, some eye candy for you or, yeah, right. Or just what they could do for you sexually, and you just getting that base level of satisfaction, and you're really not satisfied in other areas in the relationship. That's like the worst. Like the only way we're getting along is in the bedroom. That should make you think about the relationship and the connection that you have. That's the hustle. Mhm. Yeah, get the money, money, money. Yeah, 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 yeah. They don't want it. Right. All right. So returning to rhythmic love is a form of reclaiming ancestral intimacy, and we definitely do need that. Love is balance, healing, and divine reflection. Hustle wants possession. Rhythm seeks connection. Hustle says, love me now, while rhythm says, let's grow in divine time. So basically, why not find divine rhythm so that you can, the divine rhythm, that energy is sacred. Uh, the rhythm flows through your life, your diet, work, and love. And we need to know how to balance those two things. And once we do balance them, it'll become a path of divine light, divine alignment. So, rhythm and hustle are two energies that shape how we move through life. Rhythm is divine alignment, living, loving, and creating and flow with spirit and intuition. Hustle is human striving, pushing, performing, and surviving in a system built on urgency. Both energies exist within us, but true power comes when rhythm leads and hustle serves. Hustle is the fire, rhythm is the drumbeat. One creates motion, the other gives meaning. In daily life, rhythm teaches presence, moving at the speed of your soul. Hustle pushes for performance, moving at the speed of the world. Balance means using hustle for momentum, but staying in rhythm for peace. When you move in rhythm, time obeys you. In your diet, rhythm listens to the body's wisdom, eating from intuition, gratitude, and alignment with nature. Hustle eats from habit, stress, and disconnection. Returning to rhythmic eating heals the womb, the gut, and the ancestral grind with the earth. Your plate reflects your pace. In economics and work, rhythm creates from purpose, money flows as energy and gratitude. Hustle chases survival, money becomes pressure and exhaustion. The new wealth paradigm is abundance in rhythm, building structure through hustle, but sustaining it through flow. Hustle chases the bag, while rhythm attracts the flow. In dating and relationships, rhythm attracts through vibration, patience, and truth, while hustle chases love through fear, urgency, and performance. Rhythmic love honors divine timing, communication, and sacred connection. It's not about possession, it's about resonance. Hustle wants to love fast, while rhythm lets love grow. Spirit and ancestral wisdom. For melanated beings, rhythm is ancestral. It's the beat of the drum, the sway of the dance, the natural flow of creation. Hustle is colonial. It has taught us to rush, grind, and forget our flow. Reclaiming rhythm is returning home to spirit, to self, and to original vibration. Rhythm is the language of our lineage. Hustle is the echo of survival. The path of balance. Let hustle fuel your goals, not rule your peace. Let rhythm guide your timing, not silence your drive. Build through discipline, but flow through divine trust. Move with rhythm, work with hustle. Never let the hustle down the song of your soul. Rhythm is remembrance, hustle is reaction. When you master the divine dance between them, you live in power, not pressure, in purpose, not panic, in flow, and not fear. Thanks so much. This is Empress Star. The next voice you're going to hear is Cozmik.
Hey, don't hesitate to subscribe. Put your notifications on, man. Put your notification. Gratitude for Empress Star taking your father out of your heart. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Time and space gonna tell. We got a live on Facebook later with Tonic Man. Make sure you check him out. Make sure you check him out for all his services and all that great stuff. You can make sure you check out the last live we did. We got a live on Facebook or here. So we're gonna see whichever one works. Alright. Peace and abundance. Hold on, y'all. Peace and abundance, and guess what? That's what you be.